what makes this studio so different than all the other podcast studios? Because I'm sure there's a lot of them doing some version of what's going on here.
The same thing we've kind of been talking about, which has kind of been the theme of this episode. It's community.
You go, boy.
I don't care about the top 10, the top 5, or who the best is. Money straight, my fam straight. I'm George straight, that's Texas. Angel wings on a Lambo. Praise the Lord, that's a blessing. Bentley truck like Lex Luger. Yeah, nigga, I'm flexing. I'm Richard Sherman, I back it up. Aunt your mama, I stack it up. Hey, Poppy, yo, Gotti. Swear to God, I rack it up. Still Jersey, that's all day.
You go, boy.
Steven on the boards. Give me some drops, man. Give me some drops. I know you was waiting. We got new drops. And it's your boy. You go, boy. Come on, stop playing, man. Stop playing. Give me another one. Yes, sir, Ski. Yes. It's your boy, episode 33. Your boy's back with a vengeance. We got Steve on the boards. It's gonna get mischievous. It's gonna get spooky tonight, man. Oh man, this episode was a long time coming. Worth the wait. 1000%. Before we get to our illustrious guests, we're gonna kick things off first. Round of applause, please. Big thanks to all the subscribers and all the followers, as always, across all the platforms. You're not blowing me up anymore. Your boy's blown up. Tell me when I'm telling lies. Just cue it up. Your boy's blown up. So we're closing in. We're closing in on 1 million, not just on the music channel, because we got 2 channels now. We got the podcast channel, U-Goboy Media. The music channel, U-Goboy 88. The U-Goboy 88 channel, that's about to hit 1 million by itself. Give me a Don Cannon for that. A Don Cannon or a Don with DeMarco, whatever. A Don something. Shout out to Joe Benigno. And of course on TikTok by itself, we're about to hit about 600,000 on TikTok by itself as well. So round of applause for all the followers. You guys are amazing. This show is what it is. The music is what it is because of you guys, man. And I feel the love. I feel the love. You feel the love, man? You feel the love. The love is here. So we'll get right to it. I didn't write anything. I wanted this to come straight from the ethos. You see what I'm saying? Tonight's guest, he hates to hear about himself, but he's gonna hear about himself today. He agreed to come on this show, so he's gonna hear about himself. Tonight's guest is he's the Stan Lee of Bravery Studios. He's the Carl Winslow of Bravery Studios. He's the Patrick Duffy in Step by Step of Bravery Studios. He's the Bob Saget, just all the 90s dads. He's the James Avery of Bravery Studios. This man has built this company. He's built this studio. He's built this empire brick by brick. He's a producer. He's a podcaster. He's a businessman. He's Dominican. Fellow nerd like myself. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, we got Marv Perdomo on the voices of the building. Let's go. Yeah.
I got short arms.
It's all good.
That was the best introduction I've ever gotten.
I had to.
I'll take all the Carl Winslows.
I had to. Listen, we're 33 episodes in. Yeah. You've never been on camera on any of the episodes. I'm like, yo, the time is here. So the time is now.
Amen.
Yeah. So, I mean,
it feels good to be here. Thank you for inviting me on here.
Steve on the boards! Shout out to Joe Benigno. You are a future guest as well.
Yeah. Shout out to Joe B.
But, Marv, so we met through the universes. We met through Under Review. Was the first time I was here.
Yeah, let's give Danash her flowers.
Danash, round of applause for Danash, and round of applause for my boy Ivory Johnson in Dallas. He got the ball rolling, and he's related to Danash, so he set that up. And
I love Danash a lot. Like, she's a firecracker.
She's great. Yeah. She's great. She's awesome.
Definitely a firecracker.
Awesome.
She gave me a lot of advice when I got Rocco, because she has a lot of dogs too. So I would hit her up like, hey, is this normal?
Nice.
So I got a lot of love for Danash for sure.
Yes, I know she. You know, her Patriots aren't doing too good, so I always see her out there cutting promos. But under review, still doing good, right? They're still on.
Great.
Yeah,
I did a firecracker.
Yeah, I did an episode this season.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for my invite to come back, but we'll get that going. Shout out to Danash one more time. When you had the vision and the dream of building this Field of Dreams, you build it and they will come.
I like that.
I mean, that's the only thing I could think of.
Yeah.
Did you have any idea that it would be what it is today, that it would grow and evolve and morph into being a real staple, not just in the Garfield community, but in Jersey and in the podcast community, especially on the East Coast for disclaimers, geographic purposes? Did you think it'd become the powerhouse that it is?
Yeah, actually, I definitely manifested it because I always had the vision of this being huge. Like I used to just picture in my head a giant hallway that just led to so many different rooms, where every room there's something like cool happening. So yeah, definitely I couldn't believe it, but I definitely manifested it. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I can't believe it that like this this is physical, but yeah, I definitely.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. It's awesome.
It's a lot. It's a lot to take in. When I bring somebody here for the first time, it's. I feel like it's diminished. It's such a diminished like intro. If I'm just like, yeah, so it's a podcast studio. Like, nah, this is a community, bro. This is a whole. Yeah. It's not low key, high key. It's just a movement. You know what I mean? You got people. You got so many shows, so many different shows, so many different characters. Mm-hmm. Like I dubbed you the Marv Lee of this this universe that you've like low key created.
I love that and Marv Lee. Yeah.
So it's just like to when you see all the shows and you see all the different personalities and the different styles and the different types of shows and the different brands and the different topics, like when you're behind the glass, when Steve's behind the glass, like what is going through your mind when you're on the boards producing the magic that is really coming out here on a daily basis?
To be honest, when you're behind the boards, most of what's in your head is getting everything right. So you don't get to absorb the message right away from recording people. That's why sometimes like when someone says, "Hey, how was it? Was it?" And like I have to like watch it back because realistically, there's a lot of pressure. Like, you know, hitting the drops at the right time. There's a lot of pressure of capturing every moment because you have to cut camera angles. You know, there's not a robot that does that where you have to press the buttons and making sure the audio is recording, making sure the our software. It always it has mood swings. It's like a human.
It's volatile.
So to be honest, I have to look back at something to appreciate it more. Not necessarily in the moment, because when recording is like a lot of pressure just to get everything right. You know, you can't miss a beat. You have to be super on point. So it's less about like, yeah, you feel the magic in the room and you can tell when you're recording something amazing, but you're also like half-minded because you're also making sure everything is happening correctly and you don't want to mess up. So,
that makes sense.
Steve on the boards.
Exactly.
Hey, yo.
Like the video, subscribe to the channel. We're here with Marv Perdomo. I don't know what to call you at this point. I gave you 50 nicknames.
I like the Marvelous Marv.
Marvelous Marv.
I got that drop because of you. Because I love that. Yeah.
I give people nicknames.
Yeah, that was good. That was good.
But let's keep it going. We got a lot to cover here, man. I had fun writing this episode because, usually I'm with a guest or usually I'm with a co-host if I'm doing Sports Talk with Mongo. Love you, dog.
That's a Mongo.
But for real, since day one, since June 9th, the first recording, it was Steve. And then really from episode 2 or 3, I believe, it's been you every episode since. Like I remember I recorded we did the first virtual episode with Michael Lombardi, and there was no one in there except me, and it was kind of weird. And then I think you kind of calmed me down. You were just like, "Bro, I'm here.
Yeah.
We got this. We
almost lost the episode.
We almost lost the episode too.
I had to get on the phone with Riverside.
Yes,
and get it back, but
that was something.
That's part of what I was telling you about, making sure everything is happening correctly. Mm-hmm. That's why so much of like half your mind is just hope. Not even hope. I'm so I'm so sure of myself, but also, you know, just in the back of your mind, you have to think like, all right,
Yeah.
make sure everything's right.
For sure. It's
Yeah.
that, like, because you got that producer hat. You wear so many hats. You know,
Yeah.
we'll get into that throughout the story. My first, like, let's dive into each of these hats. Like the
Yahtzee.
videos, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Steve on the boards is having fun back there. You already know that. Let's start with you as the business owner. So I know we've had a billion conversations. You're one of my best friends, and we're born a day. We're born a day apart.
Yeah,
On top of that.
exactly.
Aquarius, baby. Yeah, man.
Aquarius,
Yeah, our birthday's gonna be nuts this year.
Yeah, it's gonna be nice. It's gonna be nice.
So as a business owner, when you were putting this together, was it so much of, listen, I want to build something that's sustainable, that I don't have to worry about money, or was it a situation where, again, I know you refer back to your parents and obviously the son of immigrants, you know what I mean, and wanting to kind of break generational curses and be able to be a business owner, be able to, you know, call your own shots, make your own hours, be your own man. What exactly went into, okay, I'm going to build this. Of course, I'm going to do this because I love it, but I want to build a successful business as well that's generating revenue.
A lot of it is just trying to live a very calm and peaceful life. You know, life is a rat race. I don't want to like get to retirement and see that I struggled for the entirety of that race. You know, I want a calm, chill location, somewhere to work, somewhere where I can do something that I'm happy doing. You know, I've worked in like construction before this, and nothing against anyone who does that. Like I found love in that too. It helped me. It gave me the tools to build this place. Mm-hmm. But, you know, I just wanted something where, like, at the end of my life, I'm not looking back and saying I was swinging a hammer. I was, like, breaking my body down piece by piece. I also don't want to be the guy, you know, scratching his neck for money, like the businessman, like the car salesman. Like, I need to have everyone buy my cars. Like, I want a chill business where when people come in, I'm screening them as much as they're screening the business for the first time. Yeah. You know, I want to be able to choose who I work with as far as clientele, and that's why it's like a family, because I only work with people who I feel like I could, you know, go have a beer with or be friends with. I can't work with someone who I don't see myself being friends with. So yeah, it's about having a peaceful life. I definitely wanna live like without stress. That's for sure. So I created this, and you know, I sit down, I hit record, and there are stressful days, but for the most part, you know, I'm not trying to, you know, what's that gym activity where you're climbing the rope?
Oh yeah, the whatever the
rope climbing. Yeah, like no, I just wanna I wanna make money doing what I love with people that I care about.
Oh man,
that's the gist of it.
Like the video, subscribe to the channel. We're here with Marvelous, the Marvelous one, as I dubbed him. Yeah, man, that's so big with me. I mean, I remember I was talking when I recapped the out with my main man Chris Abalo. I love you, dog. I'm at the point in my career that you know, because I've got so many projects and so many things going on at once. It's like I want to not just invest in, obviously, do good business, but I invest in people as well. Yeah. So if someone like taps me on the shoulder to do something, a movie or voiceover stuff or MC stuff or editing or whatever, or music wise, it's just whatever. It's just like, can we talk about something that doesn't involve, so I can just get a gauge of what type of person you are? Because if you're a scumbag, I don't care what type of money you're giving me. Like, I'm gonna feel, I know my spirit, and I know like how that's gonna make me feel. You know, just doing it for the check, knowing that I don't believe anything this person stands for. I'm just doing this for money. That wouldn't sit well with me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And you know, we all need money to survive and to get by and whatnot. But you know, you hear those horror stories. Like I remember Chris Abalo telling me about California, where everything is it's a handshake to get you to the next handshake. Mm-hmm. You know, you're not really cherishing the moment of shaking this person's hand. So yeah, like I actually do want to cherish when I shake someone's hand. I want to get to know, like, all right, is he a good person, good fit for our community here? You know, it's very hippie-like vibes. You know,
it is. I love it. I love it.
Yeah. So yeah, man, I'm grateful that everybody here is cool. You know.
Definitely helps.
Yeah, it definitely
Helps
helps
with the grind.
It definitely helps.
90s sitcom vibes. Like the
Yeah.
video, subscribe to the channel. Grab the merch too. I'm rocking the U-Goboy dad hat. You know what I mean? Marv's got a version of it. I think he got the stitched one.
I got the shirts. I got this.
He's got all the
I
swag. He's got all the swag.
I got all of
Steve's
it.
got swag too. And link below if you want some more of that swag. You can't get this face shirt. This is from Hot Topic, and she's still gorgeous in it. Shout out to Cowboy Bebop, one of the greatest shows of all time.
Amen. Amen to that.
So let's keep it going. Let's talk about podcasting just as a whole, just the art. I remember I was on First Class Second Place podcast. Shout out to my boy Jason Enrique, my co-host also for Yo BTV Sports, noon, every Saturday on noon, as always here at Bravery Studios. So that's the perfect drop for it.
Yeah.
It's just so important. I remember I asked him and he asked me when he was a guest and I was a guest on our respective shows that everyone's doing it. Everyone's doing it. Everybody, and likewise, take a step further. Everyone's building podcast studios now because it's good business. I mean, it's booming. Everybody wants to get into this version of content creation. Mm-hmm. You as a successful business owner, and at the same time, you as a successful crafter of community and of groups and family settings, what are the do's and don'ts from your perspective when someone comes to you and is like, I want to create a podcast? What are some things or some markers you're looking for when you're asking them, okay, so why? Or what type of questions are you asking them when they come to you with that idea?
Well, I'm looking for their niche when I meet someone. That's when I did Marv in the Morning, that was the first episode. Like I think that's the most important part, that you have a niche, because like you said, it is a crowded market. So if you're not targeting a sector of that market, you're kind of just throwing into the void. You know, you're kind of just throwing into the air without a catcher. So that is the first thing I'm looking for when I'm speaking to someone, and I try to make that clear to people, up front. Other than that, I'm checking their endurance. I'm checking to see if they can maintain a schedule and make this habitual. Because one thing I don't want to do is just take someone's money and they never show up to record,
right.
which has happened more times than I'm proud to admit. Not my fault, but it's like college. Like you pay in advance, and if you don't show up, you don't show up.
Right.
Like the teacher still gets paid, the professor still gets paid.
Yeah.
So yeah, checking for endurance, and if it's a group, checking the dynamics of the group, because most groups have that wild card.
Yes.
We have our Matthew Zaytoon.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And we have our, I guess Crystal Ball could be a wild card sometimes too.
Yeah. 1,000%. I think he'd humbly.
Yeah. I'm sure they don't have any issue with me saying that.
No.
But not every friendly dynamic works on camera, because, me and you might be able to go off the cuff, at a bar talking, but in this room, live on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, I may say something you don't like, and you may say, hey, we got to scrap that. I'm like, no, don't scrap that. It may be live. It may be a live episode. So there is no scrapping it. Everyone saw it. Yeah. So, there's a different level of boundaries now in our friendship, a different dynamic.
Agreed.
So I'm checking to make sure these friends realize, like, hey, yeah, it's cool. It's cool to have a podcast, and your conversations are definitely entertaining, but you have to realize that you find a different boundaries within yourself on camera. You're creating different boundaries or a different dynamic of your friendship when you do that. So I've seen friendships deteriorate because one person said something that the other person was like, yo, why would you say that live? Like, why would you say that to me on camera, live on YouTube? You know what I mean?
For the world, in the metaverse.
For Marvin the Martian to see up there in space, why would you say that? And it's like, oh, what? That's how we talk to each other. But you don't realize it until somebody hits record and something is said that, yeah. So that's a big one too. But I guess those are the main ones: the niche, the endurance, being able to stay consistent and make it a habit, and the dynamics of a group friendship. Making sure that they realize, like, hey, you have to discuss boundaries before you hit record, just so people don't realize that.
Absolutely.
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
Another Steve on the boards. CM Punk, Phil Brooks, he's somewhere around. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. We're here with the marvelous one. I'm just so used to be like, yo, Marv, give me another Don DeMarco. You're sitting here.
If I could be like Tom Cruise with the VR buttons in Minority Report.
Yeah, or Tony Stark with Jarvis.
That's true, Tony Stark. Yeah,
around. You got the glasses.
Yeah.
But let's keep it moving. Let's talk about the leadership role that you have here. Now, I pinch myself because I feel like, I always find myself in creative communities. I just do. I'm a creative myself, and the overall majority of my core friends, my day ones, they're also creatives. They're just cut from the same. You've met most of them throughout the travels and so forth.
Can I just take a second to appreciate you, because you do so much, man. Like,
thank you.
Sometimes I'm hearing your schedule on your work week, and I'm
Thanks,
like,
man.
you and Jason, you guys are workhorses, man.
Yeah, man.
In every space you're in. So yeah, I admire you guys tremendously.
Thank you, man.
Hugo De Niro.
You get it. I'm the son of immigrants.
Yeah.
I grew up in poverty. These my followers and my subscribers, they know the story. It's like you grew up in East Orange, and all I knew was work. From my dad, from my mom. My mom did a great job of sprinkling and infusing love and responsibility and accountability. And I will never get too high in terms of like ego or anything like that. First of all, I'm not built like that, and I don't even know what that even looks like.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm just so grounded with the core values that that both my parents instilled in me. But the crux of it is work. So it's just like that's, and I think that's one of the many reasons why we bonded. Like I got that immediately, that especially when you were telling me, like, no, I built that room. Yeah, I designed that. Yeah, and I produced too. Yeah, and I got my own show too.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, he gets it. But the difference, because I've seen creatives on so many levels. I've met creatives and been around creatives and been friends temporarily, seasonally, with creatives that think that they have a grasp on how to juggle and wear all those hats. And they don't, because they've got ego, because they don't understand how to delegate, how to listen, how to reason, how to trust others, how to let people in. And and it's unfiltered, authentic conversations for a reason. Because everyone in my circle, I made a pact with myself when I came back from Europe in 2019. Everyone knows the story. I say it a billion times. But that I was going to make sure that the closest people to me, with my friendships, relationships, family, business endeavors, they were going to be authentic. They weren't in the past. They weren't. The record label I was signed to, redacted records for legal purposes. That was not the thing. That was not the case. Only a select few, and I'm still friends with those. But the majority, they weren't. When I got here and slowly started to meet the people that were in this world, I was like, these people, they want me to win, but I want them to win. We want each other to win, and that's why we're gonna win.
Amen.
So I'm saying, yeah. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that a lot. Appreciate that. What I will say to go unfiltered, authentic conversations. Tell me when I'm telling lies. Tell me. That's gonna be my first tattoo. just
it's a good one. It's a good one to have. Someone's gonna ask you, is that scripture?
Yeah, from the first book of Phil. So let's keep it moving. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. In terms of, so again, we mentioned this. What separates Bravery Studios from all the other podcast studios? Let's just use Jersey. If we're running a Facebook ad campaign, let's be targeted here and not, just go with Garfield and the East Coast, 973-908-862. Let's just go with New Jersey. What makes this studio so different than all the other podcast studios? Because I'm sure there's a lot of them doing some version of what's going on here.
The same thing we've kind of been talking about, which has kind of been the theme of this episode. It's community. I've been to other places and I've worked with people where it's a kind of an in and out affair. Like, hey, okay, see you next week. Record you next week. I won't see you till then, or I won't check in on you. It's, I didn't want that. Like in Patterson, there's a place called the Art Factory, which I can't talk about myself without talking about that place, because it's a community of creatives in there, and I just always wanted something like that. And it also brings me back to my childhood because my mother was a very religious woman, and of my 6 brothers and sisters, I was the one that got dragged to church the most. I guess I put up the least resistance because everyone else was like, I'm not going. But you know, I brought one of my friends to church with me, and he kept going. And you know, I don't know if I asked him or he just told me. He was like, you know, I like going to your church because you know, it's the only place where I feel loved. And I realized that, like, he really wasn't a spiritual or religious person. He's still not to this day, but he went for because he felt like part of he felt loved in the community. You know what I mean? And we were like 12, 13 maybe. And I never forgot that. I never forgot that he said that. And I just feel like I want people to walk in here and feel loved and feel like, you know, it sounds corny, you know, and whatnot, but it is important. It is important to go walk into somewhere and feel welcomed. Because, you know, a couple weeks ago, we walked into a place where we didn't feel welcomed. And
it's true.
That was a learning experience for me, big time. Because you had to go buy you had to drive to freaking Walmart or something, right?
Pants.
And then, you know, our other friend, you know, he's kind of hippie like, and they're picking him up and carrying him like I don't know what. So you know, that's
and I remember sorry to cut you off, but I remember we had, like, when I got there and sat across from you, because we always sit next to each other, we always end up next to each other. I realize that too. But I remember you immediately was just like, I'm not feeling the vibe here. And then I was going to, the crazy part, can't make this up. I was going to say that before you said that, because I was just like, bro, I just go to Walmart and buy new clothes to be here. And I don't like the vibe and aura here. You know what I mean? Because again, like when you're a centered individual, like I'm big on energy. I'm big on manifestation. I'm huge on all that. Like I'm not like worshiping like moon rocks and moon crystals, but you know what I mean? But I really believe in that. And you know when something's afoot, you know when something's like not, you know, is not centered. When you are centered, you know when something's not centered. And I could say this the opposite. Every time I come here, I know that the aura is so pure and so like positive. And you know, even though there are disagreements and there are debates and people might not be best friends and see eye to eyes, but there's nothing toxic whatsoever about the energy or the aura whenever I record here or whenever I show up here to watch someone else record or come here for an event. It's all love. It's all love. And I think that's why everyone here is thriving the way they are.
That's what separates us. It's not a high and buy affair. It's not a walk in. It's not retail. It's not, you know, walk in, do the service, go back home. No, it's really, I made sure to get a huge space where we can gather. We're gonna have a Friendsgiving tomorrow. Yeah, we're gonna have a Christmas event. We're gonna do enough, like everything. Like, that's important to me. Like I said, I grew up in a religious household, and that was the core values. You know, I'm not practicing I'm not religious anymore, but you know, there's things that you will never leave. Like you'll never turn your away from that you're taught as a kid. So you're taught the values of a community and the value of being around people that care about you. That you know, like even in the old countries, wherever we come from, I'm sure like when it was like a village raising a family, you know, if someone sees you walking down the street with one shoe on, they take off their shoe and give it to you. If you're a kid, you know what I mean? And that's some of the values that I have here. You know, oh, you need a guest? Let me see if I can make some calls and see if I can help you out. You need this specific detail fixed on your podcast that somewhere else they would charge you an arm and a leg. Hey, if it's not too out of my out of the realm of my possibility or outside of my bandwidth, I'm gonna try to help you. Like this is not high buy. This is not see you next week.
It's not transactional.
It's not a doctor's office.
Right? Yeah.
Actually, some doctor's offices are like really cool.
Yeah,
so I can't even
really
say
chill.
that.
It's not like some doctor's offices. It's not generalized. We don't generalize.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the video, subscribe to the channel. We're here with the marvelous one. Few more topics to really hit. Let's talk about Bravely. The Bravely Network. I remember at one of our, we do monthly outings for those who don't know, the elites or the core members of the Marvel universe. We get together once a month and grab food or go axe throwing or skydiving, whatever.
I had a rival at that axe throwing place. He was too cool to work there. Yeah, whoever you are, I forgot his name already.
He's cousins with Steve, low key.
Steve was so good at it for some reason.
Me, Steve, shout out to Matthias.
It's your hunter-gatherer instincts kicked in.
1,000%.
Yeah, for sure.
But
yeah.
Facts. But no, but I remember I think it was maybe 2 or 3 outings before that when we got pizza at that random spot. You first brought up the Bravery Network and what you were trying to do in terms of original content that came under the flagship of Bravery Studios, and so in terms of building that and creating that and kind of creating a hub for the next big media empire when you think about it, if it's done right and done properly. What are your goals with it? Why did you decide to do it? And why do you believe so much in it? Because I know you believe a lot.
Absolutely.
In it.
I guess I looked at like Revolt, Complex. There's so many of them now that they're huge. Mm-hmm. They're huge.
Barstools.
There's
so many of them. Yeah.
Yeah. The podcast network is just a really good way to alley-oop a bunch of different shows together. Because you'll get on their show, they'll promote your show in segments. It's a great way to grow together. It's a great way to complement each other's content because everything can often feel like a burden. Like you have a lot on your shoulders as a podcaster. You have to put out clips. You have to be here. You have to show up. You have to find guests.
You got to promote. You got to market.
Exactly. Exactly. Look at me and you working together on BTV Sports, and look how well we're doing with the clips. Like I'm making the clips, you're putting them out, and look, we're in the thousands, if I'm not mistaken, right?
I haven't looked at the number. Haven't been out for maybe a month.
That's what I'm saying.
Month-ish.
That's what I'm saying. Like as a team, we can get further than we can individually. That's just proven throughout history. That's 100% always been a proven thing. That united we stand. Avengers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we can defeat Loki. You know what I mean? So I want to build something great where everyone has their own content on this channel that's really at the heart and core. The vital, like you said, the elite of Bravery. Not that everyone else is an elite, but these are the ones that I feel like, all right, I have a vision for what you're capable of. I have a strong relationship with you, and let's build something together. Once again, just going into the community aspect, which I guess is becoming like the thesis of this.
For sure.
Of this episode.
Donald Glover in Community is going to be the thumbnail. 100%.
Shout out to the Marvin in the morning. I got it from Community with Troy and Abed in the morning.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's one of my heroes, and it's kind of right on brand with like just the way my life.
Wearing multiple hats,
wearing multiple hats, being flexible, being multifaceted. But I think the difference is like being able to devote the necessary resources and energy and time and educating yourself as well. Because I was a less seasoned, matured version of this 5-10 years ago. I wanted to do everything, and the year would end, like December would come up, and I'm like, I didn't do anything this year. I thought I did a lot this year, but I didn't do anything. And now, with it being December, a month from now, did a lot this year. Just this year alone, let alone past few months. And it's like, okay, because I mentioned it before. I just surrounded myself with better people. Amen. That was the game changer for my life.
And if I could toot your horn for you,
go for it.
I would say in the sense of like Donald Glover, one thing that he excels at is being willing to evolve. People say that he left that show early, but realistically, I think he noticed that, all right, my creativity has peaked on this space. I want to try the music thing now, and then and then evolve into something else. And look how far he's gone. And I can say that about you too. Like I see that you're not just like willing to just stay in one box because you just did the acting thing this year. Yeah, which is
two films.
Yeah, which is awesome, man. Which is really, really cool. So yeah, I see the parallels in yourself and Donald Glover.
Oh yeah.
And now, our feature presentation.
Steve on the boards. Can I get a Diamonds Are Forever? Diamonds are forever.
Yahtzee.
Shout out to Rick. And a woo. Let me get a woo, man. Let me get a Rick Flair woo, man. Keep coming. Shout out to Nature Boy. Gotta get you on here.
Oh man, bro. That's a unicorn.
So my boy, shout out to Chop City, baby. Love you, dog. Chop Sports. He's going to be on Yo BTV at some point this season.
Yeah. They had Flair on a virtual, right?
He had Flair on a virtual.
I saw it.
So again, I've met Flair before. I told that. You know that story. You were here for that. But to actually interview him that's on bucket list.
I watched the whole 3 hour with Joe Rogan.
Yeah, I watched the one he did with I think it's Full Sail or whatever. Because they talked to Hogan, I think, right before they talked to him. I like their podcast. I do. I think they are like, first of all, they're the most chill. Yeah, we do this because our parents are loaded. Yeah, they're in that world. Some people can't be mad at it, but to know that you can just have like Antonio Brown on speed dial, or Ric Flair or Hulk Hogan. Okay, milk it. Go for it.
Must be nice.
Must be nice.
What are you gonna do?
Must be nice. But my boy Chop City, he did a virtual with Flair, and I'm gonna get Flair. Everything I speak into existence, it manifests itself.
You can do it.
So it'll happen. It'll happen when it's
he's doing the
happen.
rounds right now. He's doing the rounds. He's talking more than I've seen him talk on.
Oh, absolutely.
On media.
Well, he's plugging more of his. He's never.
Oh, because he's had the brand. He has the weed brand.
Yeah, and he's got wings. He's got the energy drink. He's got the sativa stuff, and the fitness stuff. Like he's a walking billboard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yes.
I often say to myself, like, yo, if they had social media in the 80s,
oh my God,
these larger than life personas like Randy Savage and Ric Flair
and Hogan. You could keep going down the list of them. They'd have been canceled. Well, Hogan's been canceled and he's come back to life. You know what I mean? But they'd be canceled a couple times over.
Ric Flair with the airplane.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. He lucky. He's lucky to survive that.
Yeah.
You know, that's my favorite job.
And look how cross generational he is, where like he's influencing people outside of the world of wrestling. Because even rappers, like,
yes, Offset, freaking Migos. I mean, oh my God.
Pusha T, I think has a skit with him in the beginning of it.
Yes.
So man, what a legacy, what a career.
That's goals. The goal is to get old. I forgot where I heard it, what movie I heard it in, but I remember I heard it in somewhere.
That's so simple and beautiful.
So simple and so poetic.
Yeah,
it is. Live fast, die young. I've never been a fan of that. I'm just like, I want to what if I want to build a family? What if I want to travel? What if I want to meet people? And I die at
no
20?
Sleep sucks, yo.
No. And I'm a night owl. We're both night owls saying that.
Oh no, I'm an old man. I fall asleep early. I can't claim that one, but yeah, you wanna you wanna cherish life. Like, you don't want to be team no sleep, team grind forever. Like,
I used to be really heavy with hashtag no days off. That was like my thing. That was my first studio album was called that, and I lived by that. And like, I want to say probably when I hit like 33 or 32, I was just like, I need some sleep. I need some rest. I need to recalibrate. I almost true story. This is Unfiltered, Authentic Conversations. So I was on my way to do Yo BTV like last week. And I remember I was coming from a movie set.
Yeah. So you were up at 5 a.m.
Or
you finished at 5 a.m.
No, I started. I did a day shoot that day. So I got on set probably like around 6. I was supposed to be there at 8, but I got there 6 early. Maybe got a little nap in, and then went straight through. And then I drove from Leonardo to Bravery to hop in with freaking Yo BTV with freaking Mongo and Jason and Mr. Fermetta, the Eagle fan. And I'm driving home afterward and I almost fell asleep at the wheel probably 2 or 3 times.
Okay, next time we're gonna let you crash here after that.
Yes.
Next time you tell me something like that.
Yeah, so I remember telling my mom that afterwards. She was just like, "That's not funny," and I was like, "No, I know that's not funny."
Yeah, even if you need to take like a little hour nap,
100%. So like that was a, I don't want to say pun intended, wake up call. That was a sleep call.
Clever.
Sleep is important. Rest is important, and I gotta get that in there when I'm trying to take over the world. You see what I'm saying? All that good stuff. So yeah.
I record a lot of fitness podcasts, and I listen to a lot of Rogan. I don't follow everything he says, but there is one thing that's like constant in all these like lifestyle and health and fitness podcasts, and it's that sleep's important.
Agreed.
Agreed.
Round of applause for sleep.
Yeah.
Round of applause for sleep.
Yeah.
And the diamonds are forever for sleep. His sleep is forever.
Yeah.
It's Joe and Ningo. Gotta get him on.
Do you ever get ideas like right before you pass out? Like I have often been very close to the edge of REM sleep, and on that last that transition into deep sleep, I just think of this amazing thing. It's like, oh, I want to try that on a podcast or any creative thing.
See, mine come at like when I wake up. Like when I wake up, like when I'm conscious, after I get out of the wave of anxiety and depression or whatnot, which is daily battle, then we get on. Okay, so what do we got to do today? And okay, what's that thing I was working on? You know what? I should probably add this, or a video I might have been editing the night before. I want to work on it like immediately, or a song I was writing on. I want to create when I wake up, or fine tune or tweak something.
That's better timing.
When I wake up, and yeah.
Sometimes I forget what I said. I thought was an amazing idea before I passed out.
I use my notes. I use notes for that reason. Like, whether notes on my phone, notes on the freaking MacBook, like notes. Like I am a note taker. Like that was me in school.
I dig notes. Notes is good. Yeah.
So we got a few more, and then we'll wrap. This has been a great show, but it's gonna get even better. Let's hit this one here, and then we're gonna get to some rapid fire on the spot. Can I get a Don DeMarco? Can I get a couple of those Don DeMarcos? Couple Savages?
Savage.
Hey, let me get two LA Knights. I haven't heard enough LA Knights. Yes, Sirski. Oh yeah, rapid fire on the spot's gonna be good. It's gonna be really good this episode. So let's hit this one here, and then we'll take it on home. So, what's your goal for all of this? For like the next. It's a broad question. My uncle is notorious for where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Yeah.
Like he's Nigerian. I don't blame him.
Yeah.
But over the next, if you could project, I know your mind. I don't know how your mind works, but if you could project like 5 years ahead, like where do you want to see the Bravery Network, Bravery Studios, Marv in the Morning, hopefully coming back. Where do you see a lot of your different endeavors in 5 years?
With Bravery Studios, definitely, I want to expand into even more space. I mean, we have a lot of space in general, but even more space. I want every room to be recording at the same time, every room filled up every hour of the day with a different podcast or just other things too, not just podcasts. That's where I want to be next year for sure. But also with Bravely, I want to be able to build sets. I love building things.
Yeah, you do.
If I'm not doing something with like video games or watching TV, I'm building Gundams. I'm building.
Tom DeMarco for Gundams.
Yeah.
Tom DeMarco for Gundams.
That's my favorite. That's my favorite hobby. Or just building things around the studio because, like I said, I have a little bit of a background in carpentry, so I love working with my hands. So I want to be able to build sets for different shows. And I want to make them versatile enough where, like, out of one set, you can probably get 5 different looks or something like that out of it. So I have plans for that soon. And each Bravely show is going to have its own distinct look soon.
Oh yeah, for sure. And merch.
Yeah, we're working on merch right now with Ose. And
shout out to Ose.
Yeah.
That episode with Ose actually blew up. It's almost at 3,000 views on YouTube. Love you, dog.
Yeah.
Ose, my brother.
So we're working on the podcast merch shop. We want to be able to provide everyone merch for their shows. So that's definitely on the way. That's already a snowball that's happening, like building up as we speak. So that and yeah, I think that's it. I think those are the major ones. I know we're working with the city. We're working with the mayor of Garfield to create an after-school podcast club.
That's fire. Round of applause for that. That's fire. The youth. Absolutely. Teaching them. They're the future. They're the future. So why not invest in them?
I spent so much days in the streets, man, because I just didn't have anything to do creatively outside of school. So man, like if this existed in Patterson when I was 15, man, I would have got started a lot. I would have stayed out of a lot of trouble, and I would have gotten a head start on this already because YouTube existed already.
Facts.
YouTube's been around since 2005, and the internet's been around since what? I mean, publicly, like in every household, it probably got to everyone's household around like 97, 98.
Yeah.
Because I remember Windows 98. Yeah.
I remember Windows 98. Yeah.
So yeah, like getting a head start on all that, getting the kids of Garfield or actually anywhere. This is not limited to this city. We're just starting here because this is our home base. But yeah, that's a big one. That's gonna be a big one.
Oh yeah, like the video, subscribe to the channel. We're here with the marvelous one. Let me get 5 Yahtzees, man. We haven't had enough Yahtzees.
Yahtzee.
Actually, keep them coming. Keep them coming. Keep them coming.
Yahtzee.
Yeah, man.
Yahtzee.
Yahtzee shirts available in the link below.
Perfect.
So I think it's getting warm in here. It's getting muy caliente in here. It's about that time for. Can I get you got Chris Tucker? You got Chris Tucker back there?
Is this what you want?
Oh, let me get another one. Oh, come on, Chris. Chris gotta be here.
Is this what you want?
One more.
Is this what you want?
Oh yeah. Shout out to Chris. Gonna get you on this show here ASAP. Oh man. So it's about that time. This episode of Rapid Fire on the Spot is brought to you by Bravery Studios. Is brought to you by U-Goboy merch. Grab yourself some U-Goboy merch.
Yahtzee.
Exposed with Ash. Oh yeah, I shout out the home podcast. That's what we do on here. On this side, I feel like Jack Nicholson in freaking The Departed. In this country, first class, second place podcast, of course, and of course, Yo BTV Sports. My main man Jason Enrique.
Yo, what up?
Yo, what up? I'm rewatching Breaking Bad, and on episode 2, it was in there.
Oh wow!
Yes, on the answering machine and everything. I'm just like, yeah, he did say Jesse Pinkman.
Yeah, that is Jesse Pinkman.
By the way, Breaking Bad. One more time. Round of applause for Breaking Bad. Great show. Worth a rewatch.
It's the only one of my favorite shows that I like the ending.
I love the ending. Yeah, the ending was perfect.
I think it was the only one to stick the landing.
Well, have you watched Better Call Saul?
No, I haven't.
So Better Call Saul stuck the landing too for me.
I'll check it
for
out.
me. Shout out to Vince Gilliam. Shout out to Vince. We need to get him on the show. I got a list. Let me get them all. Let me get them all. Slowly but surely. And also, round of applause for the out. Starring Chris Abalo, written and directed by my good friend, my brother, and myself. We're in it. We got the trailer out. That's public. The recap episode is out as well, and the full episode will be out, I believe, in 2024. We got a couple more festivals that we're in, and the Diamonds are forever. So, but yes, it's about that time. Are you ready, Marv?
I'm ready.
So, the way I set this up, I made this one special. So I'm gonna have the regular format, but we're gonna end the last half. So I broke it in half. Half is the regular format. The other half is back and forth, where I ask a question, you ask a question.
Okay.
So yeah. So let's just get the traditional one out. So Marv, let's ride.
Okay.
What is your favorite word?
Expeditiously.
Nice.
I like when T.I. says it.
I like when Joe Clark said it in Lean On Me. That's where I got it from.
Is that where he got it from?
I think that's where he got it from.
That's hilarious. And
Morgan Freeman.
I'm from Patterson. I should have known that.
You should have known that.
Wow.
You probably did know it subconsciously.
Yeah. I didn't go to East Side, so.
But you seen the movie?
Yeah, I've seen the movie.
Yeah. So there you go. There you have it.
Steve would know. Steve went to East Side.
East Side. What is your least favorite word?
Maybe. Because it usually means no, but like it's like
it's
no.
A polite no.
It's a polite no. Where like I don't know. They're scared to say no. Or you scared to say. So whenever I hear maybe, I just automatically think no. You can't do it.
Oh, in your group of friends, are you the one that's always late, or the one that everyone brings their problems to?
This is easy for me. I'm the one everyone brings their problems to. Especially being in a community like this, I have to. Yeah, it's a tough one sometimes to settle problems, but I appreciate that people can trust me with their problems.
It's a trust factor.
Yeah, for sure.
Heavy is the crown, my brother.
Oh.
Biggest pet peeve.
Biggest pet peeve. Complaining too much. Somebody that complains too much is we all have our reasons to complain, but when it's an everyday, all the time thing, there's something else there. I don't know. I'm not a psychologist. I don't know what that is, but something's there. And that's all you talk about is complaining about things.
Oh, I believe you. He's got a Dominican mother. I've got a Nigerian mother.
Yeah.
So, there you go. They have it.
Sure.
So now that's the first half out the way. Now back and forth. We'll do probably like 3 or 4 rounds of this real quick.
Okay.
So
I'm excited for this. I'm excited for this.
So I'll ask you a question first.
Yeah.
So favorite Marvel character. You can only pick one.
Oh, damn, that makes it. Well,
Okay, look, you know what? I'll make it easier.
okay.
Favorite Marvel hero, favorite Marvel villain.
Okay.
There we go.
Spider-Man easy.
The shirt gave it away.
If you would have let me pick two, I would have said Iron Man because when I started a business, I did start liking Iron Man more.
Thanks.
Yeah. Marvel villain. That's a little bit harder. I mean, villain wise, I think Doctor Doom.
Yeah, I was gonna think Doom too. Doom's my favorite villain.
I think he just has so much depth. Like there's. Oh wait, no, I scratched that. Magneto is definitely the best villain.
Oh yeah.
Because you don't even really know if he's a villain or not.
Yeah.
He kind of skims the line of he could be a hero in another person's perspective.
Yeah, he blurs. He's like a demigod in that sense. He
I'll get Magneto. I'll take back Magneto definitely.
I'd go a toss up with Doom or Magneto.
Yeah.
Gosh, since you said that. Doom would be a great.
Those are
pick.
greatly written characters. Like shout out to Stan Lee.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Round of
great.
applause for Stan Lee.
Jack Kirby.
Rest in peace, buddy. All right, your turn. Ask away.
I didn't know you were into anime. So this is the first time I've seen you wear an anime shirt.
Yeah.
What's your favorite anime?
Oh man, I don't want to go with the. I don't want to go with the low hanging fruit and say Dragon Ball Z.
No, that's not that. I mean, if it is, it is.
It's a toss up. I can't pick one. And I like the old stuff. My brother's into all the stuff. He's trying to get me to watch new stuff all the time. But it's a toss up between Yu Yu Hakusho and Cowboy Bebop. One of those two. Either one of those is
The drip on each show is crazy.
Crazy.
Those are very stylish shows.
And I'm wearing Faye because I was in love with her the moment I saw her on the first episode. I'm like, yep, I'm watching every episode.
Music
So,
too. Music's crazy
Yeah.
on both those shows.
Great
that
score.
intro to Yu Yu Hakusho, classic banger.
Yes, sir. All right. Let's see. Favorite DC villain. Just villain. Let's just keep it villains with the villain.
You know, with villains, with DC, it's a little bit. I feel like DC has better villains. I feel like DC has better villains.
Agreed.
So that actually makes it harder because then I have more to choose from.
Yeah.
So if I was to pick one, oh man, you know, that's a hard one, man. That's a hard one.
Why it's on the spot.
Yeah, that's a real hard one.
You can also you can cop out like me and go toss up like that's the safe way to go, and you can throw more than one or two toss ups in there as well.
Okay. I think Lex Luthor.
Okay.
I'm not a huge fan of him, but I think that he's someone that you know, like Batman, he doesn't have powers, but he can stand alongside Titans and be a threat.
Agreed.
You know what I mean? And that's someone else who from another perspective he could be considered a hero because, like, you know, he's xenophobic. He sees mythological, you know, beings and aliens on Earth, and he's like, yo, we have to make sure that we are good, because if they decide one day that we're not good, that they're gonna flip on us.
Yeah, and you think about Dawn of Justice. That was the root of it, of the whole story. When you think about it. It was just Batman taking that persona on, and you got to put checks and balances for.
Exactly.
Right.
Batman's even if there's a 1% chance that he doesn't like us anymore.
We're all done. Gone.
It's a
We're all
wrap.
zapped.
It's Rap City. The basement.
With Digger.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, we'll do one more each.
Yeah.
That's your turn.
Okay. I know you're an Iron Man guy, so I don't have to ask there.
There you go.
But what's your favorite superhero movie?
Ooh, wow, man. God, you're putting me on the spot. I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Which one I can watch, just watch until the freaking tape
Yeah.
dissolves. Probably the Michael Keaton Batman with Jack Nicholson.
Really?
Yeah, because Jack Nicholson was. I personally think he was. I don't like to get into who's better. Are you goated? Are you in the GOAT conversation? And I take Jack Nicholson's Joker and Heath Ledger's Joker. That's the standard. Everything else has to go off of that. It's not the other way around. Like Heath Ledger is just here and Jack Nicholson's below. Like, first of all, there would be no Heath Ledger Joker if Jack Nicholson didn't go like that.
Bingo.
Just speaking facts. Yeah. So yeah, I want to say I gotta go toss up now because now I'm thinking of the Heath Ledger Dark Knight. So toss up. I'm sorry, I can't pick one. Toss up between the Michael Keaton '89 Batman with Jack Nicholson and the Dark Knight with Heath Ledger, Joker,
Give me
Batman.
a Don Lemon one.
Toss it.
Yeah,
They're
give me a dumb lemon for that.
Yeah, that's a fact right there.
Yeah.
They're just perfect.
Yeah.
They're just both of them are
Yahtzee.
perfect movies.
And perfect for their era that
Agreed.
they came out in,
Agreed.
post 9/11 world, and then before that you have the post Cold War era.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Prince did the soundtrack for '89.
You can't beat that.
Like, come
man.
on.
You had to have
What are you
Joker, have
talking
Batman
about?
look.
What are you talking about here? Rest
Yeah,
in peace to
man.
Prince.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll bring it on home with this.
Yeah.
Full circle. If you weren't a podcaster, if you weren't a producer, business owner, what would you be?
I'd be a carpenter. That's corny.
Jesus was a carpenter.
Exactly. I'd be in the woods building a house.
With a big burly beard.
Big burly beard. I'd be a lumberjack.
Gannon.
I'd be a
Gannon.
lumberjack.
Gannon.
Something like that.
Gannon.
Or a truck driver. Something like
You can do
that.
both.
Give me another
Yeah,
Don
you're
Lemon.
pretty good at both. Yeah, for sure.
All right, where's my camera? That was rapid fire on the spot. Round of applause. Give me another Chris Tucker. Yes, this is what I want.
Is this what you
This
want?
is.
Is this what
You
you
know
want?
this is what I want. Steve on the board's killing it as always. So
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
tell me. Love you, Phil. You know where the camera's at. You built it. Tell the people where they can find you, and then I'll bring things on home.
Social media, Bravery Studios NJ on all social media links. And if you want my personal, it's the King of Podcasts, humble brag, and that's me personally. And check out BTV Sports, BTV Sports. Hugo and Jason. Last thing,
Yahtzee.
the chemistry between you guys. Sometimes you don't know how it's gonna go, but you guys have been nailing it.
Thank you.
You
Thank
guys
you.
have
Thank you.
are on fire with it.
Thank
man.
you. Round of applause, please, for Jay.
Yeah.
Jay's not here. We're gonna just continue to build that. I've got so many ideas for that as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
And I like you trust me enough to like be like, oh, okay, let's
It's
do
a
that. Let's
collaborative
try it.
effort.
Agreed.
I am by no means Dr. Doom or Lex Luthor.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Love it. Okay, so you know what it is. You know what to do. Give me 5 U-Goboys. Golly.
You go, boy.
U-Goboy88 on everything. That's TikTok, Facebook, IG, u-goboy.com. We got 2 channels, baby. U-Goboy88, U-Goboy Media. That's U-Goboy88. That's where the music's at. U-Goboy Media. That's where the podcast is at. Full episodes, clips,
Yahtzee.
shorts, reels, all that good stuff across all the platforms. BTV Sports, where you can see this lovely face along with Jason Enrique at noon. Right here at Bravery Studios, every noon on Saturdays, baby. And of course, go stream U-Goboy music. Jonah the Great, Juice versus Sauce, 5-star dancer, Bruce Wayne, money tipping all the time, whole vibe. This is an album. Ezekiel, Ezoku, and of course, right now, Captain Planet, streaming on all digital platforms. We just hit 8,000 views on YouTube. Trying to join its fellow videos with the 100,000 mark. Yeah, I mean, I'm working, man. I'm working. I'm glad you see it. And can I get the Ric Flair? Like, you might not like it. I'll edit every show with that now.
Because it is the best thing going.
Love you, Rick. So, thank you so much. Round of applause for this guy right here. Feel like Ace Ventura. Right there. I gotta get that shot next. And back on me, we'll bring it home like this. That's the belt. That's the other belt. That's the marvelous one. Lovely hat. Love the rings. Go Wolfpack.
Gannon.
I'm U-Goboy. Steve's on the boards. Love you guys. Love you guys. See you guys later. Yahtzee.
I care about the top 10, the top 5 of who the best is. Money straight, my fam straight. I'm George straight, that's Texas. Angel wings on a Lambo. Praise the Lord, that's a blessing. Bentley truck like Lex Luger. Yeah, nigga, I'm flexing. Richard Sherman, I back it up. And your mama, I stack it up. Hey, Poppy, yo, Gotti. Swear to God, I rack it up. Still Jersey, that's all day. You go, boy.
Yahtzee.